Hey everybody, it's Dee Dee, and I'm here today to do the swatching of the Diamine Inkvent calendar for 2025. So, this is how it's going to work. I will be swatching 5 inks in each video until I get to the final day, which is the 25th of December. So let's get started because, 5 inks, we're going to take our time and we're going to do this right. So first, we're going to pull out all of the inks. So day 1, let's see if I can get in there. I think it's here. If I can get in day 1. Here we go. Okay, so our day 1 is called Celestial Skies. This is a shimmer, and you can see the green shimmer there. This is going to be interesting. I have a feeling this is like a blue-green kind of ink. So this is day 1. Day 2. Okay, day 2 is, let's see, what does it say? Day 2 is a sheen, and it's called Energy. So, yeah, looking very deep purple, this one, day 2. All right, next, day 3 is down here. Okay, so day 3 is a pigment ink. Okay. This is interesting. And it's called Carousel. Wow, look at that. Okay, a pigment ink. This is going to be interesting. Now, I don't know how these pigment inks work inside of fountain pens, but okay. I'm not going to be using a fountain pen to swatch these. I'm going to be swatching them with a plaquette and a glass tip pen. So yeah, we're going to see. So that's day 3. Let's see. Day 4 is down here. Okay, so here's day 4. It's called Smoky Tobacco, and it is a scented ink. Well, this isn't going to be my cup of tea because I don't like the smell of smoke in cigars and tobacco. So, yeah, day 4 might be a fail for me. All right, and then last but not least, we have day 5. Where is day 5? Day 5 is right here. Okay, day 5 is called Marie Rose. And it is a standard ink, and it's called Marie Rose. I'm not sure what color ink this is. It looks like a brown of some kind. I'm not sure why it's called Marie Rose. So we're going to see that. So that's day 5. So now, I will come back once I have all of the inks out of the plastic, and we are going to be using this Midori notebook. This is where I swatched for Diamine last year, and I'm going to just try to finish this one up and swatch 2025. So I'll be back as soon as I've finished taking the plastic off of this and getting everything ready. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm back. So I'm going to be using this glass nib. I'm going to be using this steel nib. And I'm going to be using this plaquette, which is kind of flat here, which makes interesting, it makes interesting marks. So I'm going to be using these 3 to do my sampling. And so we're going to get started with day 1, which is the Celestial Skies, which is, like I said, it is a shimmer. So I'm going to have to shake, 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 because we need to get this right. Okay, so let's see if I can, a little bit tight. All right, let's see if I can get it going. Okay, so we're going to start with this. Might have done a little bit too much there. Okay, so we're going to go day 1. And it's called, it's Celestial Skies. It writes really well. And the description, beautiful, deep green with shimmers. Okay, there we have it. It's looking actually pretty nice. I'm liking the way that, the way that's looking. It's very beautiful. I think when it dries, it's going to be even better, I think, once it's dry. Okay, now I'm going to need, I'm going to need like maybe one of these because I don't have, I'm going to take a little bit out like this. And I'm going to put a drop here like this. Okay, and I'm going to use one of these to kind of get a little sample there. It's a very wet ink. Like a lot of Diamine inks, I feel are very wet. And then we're going to use the plaquette, but what I'll probably need to do is I will need to do a little shake, shaky shake for this one to work well. And let's see if we do this. Let's see. Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting. And then I'm going to use the steel nib. Let's see. Okay. I'm not mad at it. I feel like this is actually a really nice color, but we'll have to wait to see once it's dried, and then I'm going to kind of compare it to some of the previous colors to see if there is anything similar. But I really like this first color of Celestial Skies. I think it's really quite beautiful in my opinion. All right, so let's move on to Energy, which is day 2, and it is a sheen. So I'm gonna have to make sure this is shaken up really well. I'll try. Oof. They've really put the tops on like super tight. So I don't know, maybe last year some people had some explosions or something. I don't know, but those caps are on tight. Okay, so we have here, it's day 2. And this is called Energy. Okay, and this is giving purple to me. I would say royal purple. With sheen, which I don't think we're gonna see right away. Really gonna have to wait for that to dry to really perceive the so-called sheen that could possibly be in there. I'm not sure about how that's gonna work out. Other one in here. So I'm gonna put one up like this. Okay, now let's see what this purple is giving. Okay. This purple is not just deep, it's bright, actually. I'm surprised by that because I'm not getting it from here that it's so bright, but yeah, this is very different from what I was expecting. I'm not mad at it though. It's giving a little different than what I had originally. Let me just add to my notes and put here. Yeah. It's actually very bright. It's giving bright. It's giving bright. Okay, so let's see what we can get with the steel nib. Let's see. Ooh, the sheen is coming through. I see it. Alrighty. This is very gorgeous. It looks really, really good when it has like I think with a broad nib, this one is giving. It's really giving. Now, not so much with, a finer nib, but who's to say? I mean, once it's completely dry, it could probably show up a bit better. But, I'm a fan of broad, double broad stubs and mediums. So I'm always going to get the look for the majority of my pens on this kind of ink. But so far, 1 and 2 are really giving. I'm like, wow, wow, wow. Really, really gorgeous. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so that's day 2. All right, now we're going to move on to day 3. And day 3 is this one right here, which is the carousel, which is the pigment ink, which I've not used any pigment inks before. So I think this is going to be interesting for me personally to use. I'm going to enjoy testing this one out because I personally wouldn't dare to buy a pigment ink because I'm still not that sure about how that works in, in a fountain pen. Like, does that clean out, with no problem? How is it? If anybody that's watching this knows more about the pigment inks and wants to let me know about, using them in fountain pens, and, you know, if it's good or not, you know, please comment below and let me know, because this is something that I have always, you know, have been very curious about, you know, when I saw them coming out, because I think Diamine has them, and I think somebody else has them as well. These pigment inks. So I'm just doing a little cleanup here because, wow, very dirty. Okay. All right, so let's get to the dip. We're gonna see what this is like. Okay, wow. All right. Okay, so that's that. Pigment ink, red. It looks like a real block red. Yeah, you see, to clean, I'm gonna have to put a lot of water on here to get this off of my glass dip pen, and there's still a slight stain on my pen. So I'm gonna have to do that quick cleanup really quickly on that, because you really don't want that staining everything. All right, so now I'm gonna use this to try to get a sample here. Yeah, it stains. I'm not sure about, you know, using this in a fountain pen. It stains. Because even the dropper it's stained. I mean, that's not coming out. I would probably have to maybe do some soap and water or something to get it all out, because even when I'm rinsing here, you see it's still stained. Anyway, so that's something to reflect on. I mean, although the color's gorgeous, you know, I feel like, yeah, a little bit of a stain. All right, I hope it's not going to stain my plaquette too much. But I'm going to make sure. Oh, nice. Okay, I took it out right away so that it won't get stained. But it did stain this. Ay, 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 mama. All right, well, anyway, let's give it a go with the steel nib. Let's see. Okay. Now, I see that once it's starting to dry, the red is giving kind of pinkish along here. Or should I say light red? I'm not sure. We're going to have to wait and see what happens with this one. I'm just not sure about it. All right, now our next color was day 4, and day 4 is smoky tobacco. Now, I'm sorry, but I give no F's about smelling no tobacco. It's a scented, so we just gonna have to run with that. You have to run with it, because Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a tobacco smelling girl for day 4. All right, so let's try it out. It looks like it's just like a classic brown. Okay, smoky tobacco. It just looks like brown to me. Now, does it smell like tobacco? Yes, it does. It does. It smells like tobacco. So, yeah. Yeah, they did that all right. It smelled like tobacco. So, yeah, not my cup of tea, but you know, it's worked. Nothing to say about that. It really does smell like tobacco. All right. Now let's go over here and make the circle. Okay. Yeah, it looks like a typical brown. I don't think there's anything out of the ordinary about that color other than the fact that it's scented. It's a beautiful brown. I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, I think would be great for writing letters and stuff. But I mean, you know, it just smells like tobacco. So if you're not into that odor, you might not want to get this one. Because it really is giving off the odor of tobacco. Pretty strong. So not personally my cup of tea, but the brown color is very pretty. All right, let's see if we can do it like, wait. Now, what we have next is day 5, which is this famous Marie Rose, which this can't be pink. I mean, it just looks brown to me. I'm confused. So we're going to see about this one. I'm really not sure. And this one is said to be a standard color. So, you know, nothing special going on inside of it. So let's see. Okay. Okay. So it's like a beige or a light brown. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's all right. I mean, I could see writing a letter with this one. It would be kind of interesting. But it's of the 5, this is the one that I'm least impressed with. This and this I'm least impressed with because the smoky tobacco just looks like straight up brown. I mean, it's not giving anything. It's not giving anything special, in my opinion. Now, wait, we'll see once I put down a bit more color to see if, let's see, if it's giving something more. But it just seems, oops, my camera is moving around. It just seems a bit like, it almost looks like a caramel. Like a caramel beige, you know, something like that. But it's not really something that, it's not a color that I'm, you know, that I'm like, ooh, gotta have that color in my stash. No. Yeah. I'm like, meh. I'm not really feeling this one. Not really. It's all right. Nah. I'm not over the moon by that one. Really, I'm not. I mean, I prefer the brown, but the brown is just classic brown. This is kind of like a light brown caramel color. I might even add that in my description. It's like a light brown caramel. But I'm not impressed with that one at all, really. I find that to be, yeah, no, not really my cup of tea, that. The brown is okay, but it smells terrible. It smells like tobacco. I don't like tobacco smell, so it's a no ma'am for me. The red is great. It's kind of got this kind of, when it dries, it almost gives like a pinky red color. I like this, but I would never use it in my fountain pen. I think I would only use it with glass dip pen or something like that. Energy, love it. This is with the sheen. You see that sheen going through. Fantastic. And Celestial Skies is probably my favorite of these five, with this kind of purple green, shimmer going through it. Absolutely love, love, love the first one. Now, we're going to wait for this to dry. And once it's fully dry, I'm going to come back and we're going to see if I can find any colors in the past that are kind of similar. And I think there is one that's similar to this one in particular. So I'll be back when this dries. Okay, I'm back. Now, I tried to look through some of the past swatches that I've done. And I found, let's see. Here, you see this is, yeah, I think you can see it here, is the Diamine Imperial Purple, which I actually have this and I absolutely love it. And if you can look, energy, the base of the color is this Imperial Purple, but the sheen is going towards the olive green gold kind of sheen. But it's essentially this Imperial Purple is the base of the color, because you can see that's pretty much the same. So that's kind of an interesting way of developing a new color, is just by using an old one and then adding some kind of, heavy sheen to it to make it kind of like have 2 or 3 different looks to it. Because as you see here, the way it is mixed is really interesting. And the same here. Here it looks like it's, it's regressively purple to green, which is kind of cool. And here it's just like a mix. So I found that one. And then I also found, let's see if you can see this one right here. is quite similar to this one, although it's not exactly the same color, but it's similar. This one has the bright green as the base of the color, and this one, it's the purple that's the base of the color, with the green being the shimmer. So there's similarities, and there's the shimmer. There's a little bit of this green, blue, and purple, but this green blue is a lot brighter. But this is a similar, I feel like it's similar to this one, but it's not really the same. And then the only other one that I saw that could be similar, let's see if I can get a little bit closer, is this one right here, which is called Marie Rose. It looks a lot like this color, which is called Three Kings, except the Three Kings is darker. It's maybe 2 or 3 shades darker, but it's really similar kind of family to this Marie Rose. So I found that interesting as well. This is just a standard color, and this was a standard color as well. So that's kind of interesting. I have a feeling that this is just a version of this. It's just lighter. So yeah, but I prefer this color to this one. I feel like the Three Kings is a much better color than, let's see if I can get a little bit closer, because I know the light is suffering here. To this color right here, it's just not nearly, this one isn't nearly as interesting as this one right here, the Three Kings. I like the Three Kings. So those are the only similarities I found. I didn't find any other reds that look like this because it is a pigment red, so it's particular. The brown, I just, I didn't really look for that because it's just brown, it's scented. So there we have it. Those are the first 5 days of swatching for Diamine Inkvent calendar. I'm very impressed with the first 3 colors, being that day 1 is my favorite of the 5, and I think my least favorite is day 4 and 5. Day 4 because I don't like scented tobacco, and day 5 because I just find this color a little on the weak side. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'll be back very soon, day 6, with the next 5 colors. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know below which are your favorites or your least favorites in here. And yeah, let me know what you think about this first, 5 colors. Are you feeling this, Inkvent calendar? Are you thinking, this is going to be a little bit of the same stuff? So let's talk about it below, and I'll see you very soon with another Inkvent swatching. Bye-bye.